Good evening. I'm Paul Mathews. Even though my name is Mathews, I'm not part of Catherine's birth family yet, but willing to find out that I am. That'd be great. And I'd like to talk to you about Mount Vernon, which is in Baltimore, which I think we just learned is an amazing city. Maestro. Despite the difficulties attending the War of 1812 and the public uncertainty and the economic unrest, the citizens of Maryland agreed to raise a great sum of money to put up a monument honoring George Washington. When the original design was approved, the citizens of Baltimore felt that the monument might be slightly a bit more dangerous than the British. And they insisted that it be built someplace where the damn thing wouldn't fall on them. So that was a bit of a problem. Fortunately, John Eager Howard stepped in. He had served under Washington, had seen Washington resign his commission, and gave a couple of wooded acres from his Belvedere estate for which we could build the monument. Once completed, the monument rose high, towered over the city of Baltimore, and it was impossible to approach Baltimore by ship without seeing Washington on his giant white Doric column, announcing to the world that America was a place that aspired to Grecian ideals and culture. After Howard's death, his family donated all of the land to make Mount Vernon Place, as it is today. And when people realized that the monument probably wouldn't be falling on them, the wealthy sort of swooped in and began building enormous houses. One of the people who made a lot of money in Baltimore was George Peabody, who gave the great sum of $7 million to found an institute to inform and improve the morals and culture of the citizens of Baltimore. And by that, he meant all of the citizens. His plan was really quite revolutionary. It was basically a kind of non-credit university with a scholars library, a lecture series, art gallery, a scholarship fund, and of course a conservatory of music. Just as the monument rose from the ashes of the War of 1812, the Peabody Institute building was constructed during the Civil War, and it was built 31 miles south of the Mason-Dixon line. Once established and open to the public, the great civic leaders who were assembled by George Peabody to run the Institute were so impassioned by this idea and so encouraged that they went out and formed side projects, the solo albums, if you will. One of them, of course, was the treasurer Enoch Pratt. And Enoch Pratt decided he would found a library. Unlike the Peabody Library, this would be a library that would be free and open to the public, regardless of race, regardless of creed, provided that people would handle the books carefully and return them on time, and presumably use their indoor voices in the library. Built during the Depression, the main branch of the Pratt Library is notable for its department store design. Unlike these Beaux-Arts horrors that are in New York and Boston. Okay, the Pratt Library, the doors are at street level and there are windows, you can see the books. Inspired perhaps by the Pratt as well, the Walters family donated a huge treasure of art to the city of Baltimore, an art that was already hung on the walls in the museum that they also donated for the good of the people. Given the nature of these institutions and their mission to serve the public, many schools sprung up in the shadow of the monument, some of them sort of day schools, but also the University of Baltimore with its Mount Vernon School of Law was founded right there in Mount Vernon Place. John Work Garrett put together two visionary guys, one of them George Peabody, and one B&O stockholder with the unlikely name of Johns Hopkins, often misspelled name, Johns Hopkins. And when Hopkins died and his money was bequeathed to this fund, the Johns Hopkins University was established just to the west of Mount Vernon Place. It was actually put there so that Hopkins wouldn't have to build a library right away. They could use the George Peabody Library for the students. In opening the university, the first president, Daniel Coit Gilman, praised the visionary work of George Peabody and also of John Eager Howard, and I believe very much that those visions inform Mount Vernon Place and indeed the entire city today. For example, not long ago, a mother of a young musician who was auditioning for the conservatory stopped what she was doing and looked out the window at the entire vista of Mount Vernon Place and said, "Oh, look, Peabody has a little park right outside." So I kind of laughed at that, and I thought, we do have a park. It's a park that really is a monument to the vision of these people who fought like warriors, right, but dreamed like poets, earned fortunes in trade, but gave back fortunes in treasure. And I think our park it's a monument to the citizens of Baltimore who rose from from salt water and steel and the steam of locomotives to embrace these Grecian ideals and make the best of themselves and make the best of the city. So yes, we do have a park. Welcome to Mount Vernon. Welcome to Baltimore, USA. Yes, madam, we have a park. Thank you.